I said a hybrid is an organism which is produced from mating or reproduction of two parents which are of different species but genetically but related. Parents which are of different species but which are closely related. In plants, when we carry out grafting of an orange and a lemon, we can improve on the yields and on the size of the fruits which are produced. But these two plants, the lemon and the orange, are of different species, but they are closely related. So the individual which is produced from a reproduction of two parents which are of different species but are closely related is what we call a hybrid. Then the other terminology, which is 13, is back cross. Back cross. A back cross is a cross of an offspring and one of the parents. Cross on an offspring of an offspring and one of the parents and one of the parents. That is what we call a back cross. The other terminology, briefly, is what we call test cross. That is 4. Test cross. A test cross is a cross between an organism possessing a dominant character with a homozygous recessive organism to determine if the organism possessing a dominant character is homozygous or heterozygous. I need you to understand very well the meaning of a test cross. I have said a test cross is a cross between an organism or an individual that has dominant character with one that has that is homozygous recessive. Is a cross on an organism, or I say is a cross between an organism possessing dominant character, with an organism that is homozygous recessive, or with an organism that is possessing recessive character. A cross between an organism possessing dominant character with an organism that is possessing recessive character. To determine whether the organism possessing the organism possessing the dominant the dominant the dominant character dominant character dominant character is homozygous or heterozygous. So that is what we call a test cross. The aim of carrying out a test cross is to ascertain or to determine whether the organism possessing the dominant character is homozygous or heterozygous. So that is the meaning of test cross. Then from that we have 15 what we call F1 generation. F1 generation. The F1 generation refers to the organisms which are produced by a mating or a cross between homozygous organisms. Organisms or individuals organisms or individuals produced from a cross or mating of homozygous parental stocks. So if we carry out a mating or a cross between two parents which are homozygous, then the organisms or the individuals produced from that reproduction or from that cross is what we call the F1 generation. F1 stands for filial. So F1 simply means first filial generation. That is F1. Then F2 or second filial generation. Also known as the F2 generation. These are individuals obtained when we cross two individuals of the F1 generation. We can say that these are offspring, or we can call them progeny, or individuals which are produced from a cross of two F1 organisms. That is what we call the second filial generation, simply known as the F2 generation. A cross between two individuals of the F1 generation. Or we can call them offspring, progeny, or individuals which are produced from a cross of two F1 generation or F1 organisms. Then the other one is, that is 17. 17, we can talk about selfing. 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 So this term, selfing, in biology or in genetics, simply means crossing two individuals of the F1 generation. It simply means crossing two F1 organisms. To F1 organisms. So if we self the F1 individuals, then we come up to the F2 generation. So the word selfing in genetics here simply means crossing two F1 organisms. So that is a number of terms that we can use in the study of genetics. So that is it. That is where we are. Next will be monohybrid inheritance. Monohybrid inheritance. So when will be resumed